I made a few tweaks since a short while ago, and I'll point those out here. I'm using the same weapon, same armor, but I did change my perk cards around a little bit. I tried to boost my int so that science could be boosted. I'm hoping that that sort of makes up the fact that I'm not using, baubles or magazines. Did I run out of light soup? Let me see here. I do want that to be on me. I'll try it without blight soup, just to see what happens there. Yeah, I let it run out, because I was like fiddling and twiddling and trying to get my other account online and in here, which I can't do when both accounts are on the same computer. So right now, this is streaming from a second computer using Steam Link, so it's a computer right behind me. She's just sitting there. I'm not controlling 2 accounts at once, but 2 accounts are logged in, so chill out. I'm not violating any rules. I'm not multi-boxing, as it were. Controlling more than 1 account at the same time with the same keyboard and the same mouse, so that they're like in combat together doing the same thing. But I moved some points up from here over to here and to here, and I moved a couple points from here to here because adrenaline doesn't really do anything for this fight that I can tell. It wouldn't, or it shouldn't. So I'd rather have actually, let me do a couple things here. I want to change this. I did fix the weapons up, so I want that to be in there, and I want, let's see, what else did I have? Stabilize, there we go. Let me save this, whoops. Save this to my latest perk loadout manager set, which is this interface at the bottom here with the little boxes. That lets you save various loadouts without having to go to the perk punch machine, but it doesn't move points around, so I can't move, a point from strength to perception and so forth. That you have to do with the perk machine. But this is nice if you have one common build on the perk machine, and you just want to swap through them. Like I have a DPS build, forage build, public events build, power armor with a rifle build, utility camp, those are all A. If you can see down here, A. That's the top loadout on my perk punch machine. This is the second loadout on my perk punch machine called B. So this is my power armor raid build, specifically this one fight, which is all I've ever done in the raid. It's all I've ever been interested in doing. Maybe someday I'll go all the way through. I don't know. But this is it for now. It's what I'm testing. And, yeah. So these cards, this is just a test. This may be a bad choice. I don't know. I did lower my health to 60 because I put on Nerd Rage, right? So a little bit extra damage there, hopefully. Let's see, what's my current Nerd Rage effect? Nerd Rage has given me another 16% AP regen, another 43% damage. I went to 60% because I do have medics on my chest here. So that kicks in at 50% health, right? And then I should also have Born Survivor, which also kicks in at 40% health, but only every 20 seconds. So I shouldn't need to worry about my health. I've done this before in this fight. I did have Reflective at the time, but that doesn't stop incoming damage. It just helps with the first phase. Now, I don't have that here. Shouldn't make any difference. We'll see how this goes. Maybe I don't even need Blight Soup. We'll see. Well, I'm going to click this button. I'm going to jump up there. I'll take down the shield with first weapon. Then I have it on my my favorites here, so 1 and 2. So I always use keyboard. So there's the second weapon, first weapon, 1 and 2. And here goes.
Alert. Unauthorized personnel detected. Activating defense systems.
Shield first, of course. Time to beat is 59 seconds. That's what I got earlier. We'll see if I die or if I do it. If I die, then both characters die. Or I'll just load out on the other one. We'll see. This might be trickier because he'll be trying to target her as well. Yeah, I started that a little bit too early. Okay, so second weapon, take a cup of coffee. I did take a stim pack, it looks like.
Warning, energy usage critical. Temperatures reaching unsafe levels. Security bunker online. Take shelter.
Yep, ran out. So, yep, not enough damage. Definitely going to have to use like an overdrive. But got 107, probably die. Yep, died. So definitely going to need an overdrive for extra damage. I think having the int is more than enough for that. But anyway, yeah. It's a good test. It's always good to try things. So that's her. And I think this is him. Yeah, this is him. I'm not really interested in going past this. Did he even succeed? I don't think he succeeded, did he? Yeah, he did. Okay. Something happened. I think the fight worked out, maybe. Let's just go here. Because it doesn't look like... Oh, wait. Maybe the door did open. Yeah, it's being weird. It didn't open, but it's... Oh, maybe it did. Okay, good. Good. I have the no rewards thing that comes up. So I don't see the actual rewards that come in on purpose because I don't want to have to deal with that. I just want it to go right on to the next thing. But yeah, that's a good test. Now, if I put conductors on there, I wonder. Let me try putting conductors on there and see if that does anything. Why am I going so slowly? It does this sometimes. I'm not overburdened. Do I even have a conductors on me? Or a polished? No. Does she have one? Nope, don't have a polished. So I'll have to just not test that now. But that was good. That was good to figure out. So that doesn't work. It's good to figure out what doesn't work, and then you ultimately settle on what does work. But what I can do is I can get my blight soup back, and then I don't think I have any overdrives on me. Maybe she has one now. You end up getting a lot of these as you're doing this. He get one? No. Did she get one? Yes, she got two. So let's drop those for him. So that extra blight is just enough to push you down, plus the overdrive. So let's drop this quest. I'm not doing the button press trick, because I'm just sort of slumming this right now. I don't want to, like, go all out. I'm not, quote, farming this. I'm just trying to sleuth what I like as far as a build for myself. It's a shame that I can't do this on one computer at the same time, because that was nice. Let's bring this up a little bit. Enter as team leader. Oh, she's way underpowered in her support build. She's basically just there to be a buff bot for him, just giving him buffs. You know, being in the group to take less damage. Now, normally I would run casual because I like the XP, but I'm just testing this now just to, as a raid weapon durability test, just to not have to keep repairing the weapon during testing. But normally I would just go ahead and repair it using repair kits.
This is an automated message.
Like the improved repair kits, because they drop like crazy in here. Now, if I use polish, that will actually work against me. I will need to repair back to 200% if I drop below, I think, 160. Okay, so he needs to be in his power armor. She needs to be down here, behind a wall. I've done this like 1,000 times now, I swear. I'm not kidding, like at least 1,000 times. All right. So it's like, this feels so familiar and warm and fuzzy. It's like No power. Hold the A to eject. How do I have no power? Did I really? Huh. Weird. Okay. That's very strange. I had 5 on me. Do I really eat them that quickly? I didn't think I would eat them that quickly. Take 5 with me, 4 with me. First weapon. That addiction red thing you see there, that's a Mentats addiction. Because I normally run berry Mentats, and I do want to know when it runs out without you know, I will notice that, you know, pink glowy things stop being pink and glowy, but that also comes up. I'm like, oh, time to take another berry Mentats. It's like a little red alarm button going off, or alarm bell, like, take a berry Mentats, take a berry Mentats. Because normally I'm going for XP, but right now I'm just doing some testing. So my hope is to avoid having to use a big guns bobble or a magazine for big guns, just because I would rather use leader baubles. And of course, she is in the wrong instance, isn't she? She needs to go out and go into his instance. Oh, delays, delays. To quote Marvin the Android, or Marvin the Martian. There. Now should be in his instance. There he is. I know you, Wilson. Forrest Gump, or sorry, not Forrest Gump, what am I thinking? Castaway. Tom Hanks, that's what I meant to say. Tom Hanks. All right, so we're in here. And I'm going to do two things. I'm going to take a blight. Well, I'm going to take a company T. I'm going to take a blight thingy. Where are you? I'm so used to having access to the rest of this area, so I can just go down and grab something from the following thing. All right, so now let's take a overdrive. There. Now making sure I'm built. Yes. Button push. I almost jumped out to the center platform. That would have been a quick death. So first weapon. Going to do the shield. I'll take 2 coffees this time, just in case. In between. I also will stop. I won't start on the first weapon until the Guardian's all the way up. Until he starts shooting and stuff. Okay. Coffee. 1, 2. So far, the number of bullets looks good. Okay, good. 102. Yep, still not as good. Interesting. And death. Give up. What I was doing before, I had concentrated fire over here, I believe. I wonder if I should put center masochist here instead. Because I am attacking the torso, technically, and that's a lot of damage. What would I give up to get that? Maybe Born Survivor? I could try it, see what that does. Let's reject this. Reject this. Again, I'm not doing the button trick. I'm just coming in fresh each time. I wonder if Psycho Buff would be better, because that's what I was taking before. Let's see. Plus, the critical damage. 15% damage and 30% critical. Because I was using these. Strength translates to that weapon, right? Pretty sure strength buffs like heavy weapons. Alright, so we're going to go back in. Move some cards around. Let's take away some of my survivability. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's put on Center Masochist. And then, whoops, took the wrong ones off there. We want, shit, what did I have? Undo that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Load this back in. Okay, let's take off Born Survivor. Then we go back out. It'll automatically be in the right place. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put on Center Masochist. And there we go. Save this. I hate that the new one is like flaky. It doesn't save it right away.
This is an automated message. Evacuation is in progress. Please proceed to the nearest exit in an orderly manner. This is an automated message. Evacuation is in progress. Please proceed to the nearest exit in an orderly manner.
I should go to her int weapon so she gets a little bit more XP out of it. And some handmade, ultrasight handmade ammo. Alright. She'll be parked there. Let's also give her a berry med tags. Why not? A little bit of bonus, whatever. Alright. So I'm going to take an overdrive. Second weapon, reload. First weapon, take water and food, take a ramen milk, bring that back up just a little bit. Okay. Here, let me set this to overdrive. That way I can just hit a button. I like using the keyboard. Okay, so 7 is overdrive. All right, so I have Blight Soup on me. 43% damage from Nerd Rage, 25% AP regen, crit damage. And that's for another 24 minutes, so that's good. Okay, we'll see if that center mass thing does anything. 7, hit,
Alert.
up, and away.
Unauthorized personnel detected. Activating defense systems.
Trying to get as close as I can. Increase my accuracy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, out. Take a coffee. I actually took 2 coffees.
Warning, energy usage critical. Temperatures reaching unsafe levels. Security bunker online. Take shelter.
56 seconds. That did make a difference. Center mass did make a difference. Cut a few seconds off. Nice. Center massacre, sorry. So yeah, that's good. Just a little bit extra boost there. Or at least it did on that one. Yes, I am nerfing my heavy weapon damage a little bit with traveling pharmacy, arms keeper, and through hiker. These are like convenience items because those are important to me. So I have all my weapons weigh 1/10, all my food and aid weigh 1/10 because I also have those things on my armor. So I have 3 through hikers. I have 2 arms keepers. When you combine it all together, you get the full effect, the full 90% weight reduction for all 3. So that's why I can carry so many weapons here. Obviously, it doesn't affect the explosives, but you know, like my pepper shaker here only weighs 1.98 pounds, for example. Let's try that again. Abandon. Abandon. I like the fact that I can do straight damage on the shield rather than having purely reflective and ricochet damage doing the work, because that only works if they're targeting you. And often what would happen is I had like my alt in there and my sister would come in and she would hide and I would hide my alt in the back up, not in where they were hiding there, but doing the old push button trick. They would hide in the hallway after the boss and sort of like around the doorway to sort of like not be targetable. But the boss would still try to target them. So as long as it was targeting them, it was just sitting there getting no damage because it wasn't targeting me. So there was no reflective damage. So it would take longer. And then that was when I was standing in front of him, right, with the auto axe. And then we realized we could just stand behind him and grind him down as he was coming up. And that way he would be completely inert by the time he popped up, and then just grind him right through his body to hit his chest. And that worked really well, like shockingly well.
Is in progress. Please proceed to the nearest exit in an orderly manner.
That's weapon 2, that's weapon 1. See, this is 194, this is 198. So if I had a polished, I would try that on the second weapon and see what that would do. But put that up. There we go. And 2 is at 200, 1 is at 50. Excellent. I'm at 60% health, which is as low as I'm willing to go because I want medics to kick in. Okay, so how many of these do I have? I have 2 of them now. Okay, she probably has 1 as well. And the blight soup is almost undoubtedly kicked in, so.
Alert. Unauthorized personnel.
Let's try this again.
Detected.
Move a little bit closer, but not on the floor. I'll try 1 coffee this time, just to see what that does. Okay, and go out, 1 coffee, or so. Because I don't want to burn through coffees if I don't have to. Okay, that's fine. 1 coffee works. With the conductors mod. 56 seconds. Okay, so it looks like Center Masochist is a winner. That's good. That's very good. I'm consistently getting 3 seconds lower. That's nice. So no need for adrenaline, because I'm not doing a kill streak of any kind. And obviously, adrenal reaction is not doing anything, right? That's sort of a... Whoops, where is it? Adrenal reaction. There it is. That's not doing anything. And actually, it's working against me because my health is down, so I could maybe take an adrenal reaction, mutation potion, mutation serum. I should actually be taking the mutation serums for all of these. So I would be taking this one, just all of them. I would have a list and I would just go through it and then begin my cycle of, killing the boss over and over. And of course, I'm only getting 20K, but, buffed up, a lot more, especially on double XP weekend. Take, pop some lunch boxes, 80K per hit. Yeah, it's nice. And do that every minute and 10 seconds. I think I was down to about 55 seconds the earlier way, so I could do it. I would go for 2 hours and kill him like at least 100 times, because there was downtime in there where I was having to dump chems. And I did that, oh my God, so many times. So many times. Because I would bring all my alts through, and then my alt account I would be on her, right? This main alt, or this alt main, and she would bring the lobies from the first account through. So that's how she's as high as she is, mostly. So let's go ahead and crunch some things here. Actually, let's go... Does she have scrapper on? Yes, good, okay. So let's just go into inventory. I scrap all non-4-star, because I want the mods, and I want the materials. How many materials do I have? 4252, that's good. Whoops. Now, normally I would move these around to the various alts so that they could also learn things. Like I have a spreadsheet that I kept, where Fallout 76. So this is all the alts and what they're carrying. If I look at box mod crafting, I have this chart, and I need to update it because I think each of them has learned one since I was keeping track. But you can see my characters. Here's 1 through 10. The alts are in pink. The main account, well, the second account is in pink. The main account is in blue. These are the 1-star mods that I can craft, right? First crafter. So the first option to craft is on these characters because I don't want to waste the materials on the mains. So there's, and then I can craft these, but the red means that's the only character that can craft those options. So I can actually craft rejuvenators, which is amazing. I've never had to. I have enough mods so far that I've not had to. I can craft, I believe, all the 1, 2, and 3 stars, including divers and steadfast, and then I don't have the ability to craft all the 4-star ones yet. But yeah. Then I keep track of my builds and all that crap. So it's I need to get a more recent tally of this stuff. Let's see, mods, explosive, steadfast, and let's store in ammo. Yeah, go. All right, well, that's enough testing for now. That told me that Center Masochist is going to be really good when you switch to the chest. So maybe we should add that to the latest meta, at least for this boss, not for other things, but for this boss, Center Masochist does seem to make a big difference compared to Concentrated Fire. Number Cruncher, of course. How much AP does this thing cost? 2 pepper. 7 AP. So 14% bonus DPS might not be worth it. I don't know. I know that I would imagine that this is more important than this. If I had to choose between the two, I think. Now this would have to be additive. I don't know if this is multiplicative. This might be multiplicative, so it might actually be better than this. But this is not nothing. It cut 3 seconds off my time, at least. So we should keep that in mind. Let's see, what else could I do? And my legendaries look like this. I'm just taking one for the team, and that's it. Now, I could try to put on follow through and sneak, because I've seen like Angry Turtle doing that. That seems to like do something. And of course, that lasts for the entire second phase, because taking one for the team only lasts for like 10 seconds. So yeah, for that first 10 seconds, you do some extra damage and then it falls off, which is pretty significant. But if you can stay in sneak mode and in caution the whole second phase, then that would also boost it considerably. I should probably test that at some point. I do like Class Freak, so I'm sacrificing some things there. I also want good with salt because I carry Brahmin milk and I don't want that to all drop off. So I did make some changes from the post that Glass Gaming put like this morning or last night. So not that mine is, you know, the authoritative or theirs is the authoritative. We're all just sort of iterating on this, trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work, trying to find the magic alchemy of combinations of things that just sort of make it really shine, and so we can actually do this fight again, and or do all the fights again and have them be not super nerfed. So this is regenerating, limit breaking, nice. Now I do have power armor sets that I've saved. So let me look at limit breaking. I'm missing a right leg, so let me put this down. Oops. What do I have here? Yeah, I'm missing the right leg, so what is this? That's a left leg. But is it better? I guess it's not better. No. All right. So I probably should have checked to see what slot it was. So I'll just crunch it, crunch it. Put it back in. So yeah. These are all pretty much full. Everything that says 6 is a full set. I just wanted to keep them so that if I needed to, like what I did with this set that I'm running now is I had a 6-pack of Rangers, right? I had the full thing built up of just Rangers with random 1, 2, and 3-star effects. So when I saw that this Ranger build was out, I was like, oh, I'll go grab the Ranger set and then fix up the other slots, the other perks, because that way it's cheaper, right? Because the really precious things are the 4-stars. You want to try to avoid wasting those whenever you possibly can. So I'll just reuse the Ranger pieces and just set them a different way and be good to go. All right, well, that's enough for now. I'm going to go play some D3, but hopefully, you know, someone sees this and goes, oh yeah, Center Masochist, let's try that. Go back to my normal water chill. And of course, I had to fire up my second account on my other PC, which I didn't want to have to do because I really like, notice how pixelated the shadows look, because I'm actually on a different computer here, just sort of streaming it into this one using Steam Link, which works. It works wonders. It's just, it looks crappier and it's slightly laggy, like by a 1/4 of a second sometimes, or a 1/10 of a second. It's noticeable, you feel it. But yeah, so there's that. So now I can quit this and it'll lag out for a moment, maybe even disconnect, but you'll see what my other computer's desktop looks like. There we go. That's all that's on there. It's all that I do with it is just, I load up Fallout 76. Now I can go, shut down. And now Steam Link goes, oh, I lost my connection. Nope, all done. Hit escape, all done. Now I'm back to just this one account on this one computer. And I'll go ahead and harvest things. I did use these machines at my other camp. I didn't use that because I wasn't concerned about XP for that. I also would have slept in my bed, and I also would have played the bass, the acoustic bass. That would have also helped my AP, but, you know, these machines are good to have. They're quick and easy. I don't like the ones that take more than a half a second to click, so I don't use them, even though I have them, like the bench press and stuff. I just like, nope, not going to do it. Takes too long. Fix that. I also need to save a different name here. Let's go base, change this name to 60. This last number is the health guide, so, you know, these numbers are sort of suggestions. 18 just means below the old nerd rage range, but really I could play this down to 10, 5, whatever. This one means play it around 25% health. This one too. That way, because bloody mess or Born Survivor rank 1 is equipped on those, so I don't want to like keep pumping stim packs every time I get hit. And then let's see what else. That's pretty much it. And the PA utility doesn't have a health guide to it. But yeah, that health actually, I don't know if the nerd rage helped at all. I think it's additive. I don't know, we'll see. It did help with AP regen in between fights or in between weapons. It went right back up very quickly. So hopefully that works. I'll be thinking about this and maybe iterating on it. That's it for this morning for me on this game.